Hi guys, I just thought I'd have a little chat with everyone. I've done my face base of my makeup thing. I tried a different one yesterday and I didn't really like it. I didn't like how it covered things. I've got my big box of makeup stuff here. I should have laid it out before I did this. But me being sometimes not organised, I didn't. Remember what I'm using. Laying everything out. Sorry, the chair's super squeaky. Going to be going out for a walkabout in a bit. I still haven't found my keys. Dave's here at the moment. He's still not very well, bless him. Unfortunately, he was also born premature, and we have lots of health complications. Not just from when we were babies, but all the way through, and different health conditions also come up along the way, which is what we've got used to, but at times it's very unpleasant and not very nice. So, going to take little doggo out for a walk today. I'm just putting on what would I call a base coat. I need to dig around and have a look for my other makeup, because there's like the bags under my eyes look horrible. At the moment I just look blue like a smurf. Voice is a bit more husky today. I didn't sleep too good, but that's part of all my conditions. My sleeping isn't great. I am waiting for my meds to be upped, but I have to have an ECG and blood test, and I have to go to these different places. And it's not easy anymore. You used to just go to the doctors, have a blood test, have the ECG. They used to send it off, but for some reason it's not on my medical records. Though I even went to see the psychiatrist person, which is really annoying, and I don't really know what I can do about it. I've tried to bring in various people, but they're like, well, we don't have your nose, so we can't do anything. So that's half annoying. But, I mean, a lot of people have said over the years, oh, wouldn't you want your eyesight back? Well, it never was there in the first place, really. Wouldn't you want, like, 20/20 vision and things? And the answer is no. I've met some amazing people over the years. I've done some amazing things, and as a child, I didn't let my sight stop me to a sense. I was able to go horse riding. There were challenges, obviously there were, but I had some amazing teachers and people that helped me, and I also was fearless as a child. I really was. I used to do show jumping, cross country. My favourite was cross country because I could just go completely hell for leather along, and most of the time the horse jumped in. If it didn't, then we just either went round it. And I mean, cross country fences are generally made of wood. Some of them were a bit difficult to see, but I used to enjoy going up this big hill and then you have to lean back down the other side and things. I did a lot, and my mum and dad set up a charity for parents who had visually impaired children, and that is still going. That's Victor, and they helped with the Look charity as well. And from there I went on some amazing adventures. Every year we used to go to a place in Wales called Atlantic College. I don't know if it's still open. And we would have adventures like that. We would be able to do swimming and bike riding, everything really supervised. Tennis, a weird version of volunteering, which was really cool. And we had some amazing times. And there are the times I was spent with my dad as well. Unfortunately, he passed away from Alzheimer's in 2015. So, a lot of my memories from there are really special, and they mean even more to me now than they did. I think that's one of the reasons why I am doing the YouTube thing, because I want people to see, yes, we can manage things, and, children are still being diagnosed with eye conditions, and their parents have struggled to come to terms with it, to know how to deal with it. It's still happening. I was taken to people's houses as a child, and you'd say, look, it is scary, things are going to be different, but look, you can do stuff, they can do stuff, don't be completely freaked out by it. And it took me a long time to get the confidence to do the channel, because I did think, I'll write a book because I want the memories written down, because the dad, obviously with the Alzheimer's, nobody knows what's going to happen. You can't rely on the memory, and I think that's what sort of pushed me towards it. I tried a few times. I hate the sound of my own voice, which is why I don't edit. One, I don't know how to. I've tried. I've gone onto the editing things, and I just can't see it properly. It just looks really confusing to me. I know you've got to move things around, but moving that little slidey scale thing, I just can't seem to do it. And then I thought, well, why don't I do YouTube? Because yes, I could write a book, but I'm dyslexic. So editing, I'd need someone to edit it. I did have a bit of a chance of someone doing it, but I write how I speak. Now, once I get into typing, which I can touch type, I learned it from school, but reading things back is really difficult. So I wrote, in a sense, a collection of stories of things that happened when I was at one of my blind colleges, of all our friends and our antics of what we got up to. But the publisher didn't, when they wrote it back, it was awful. I mean, for me personally, it's like, well, no, I wasn't meaning that. Okay, yeah, it did have some swear words in it, quite a few swear words in fact, but it wasn't wrote the way that I had sent it to them. Now, they were American, but they were over here, and whether things didn't make sense, because their sense of humor was completely different to ours, and I wasn't happy how they did it, so I had given them some money, and because that they'd done a little bit of work for me, they wouldn't give it back to me, so I didn't end up finishing that, and that's why I thought YouTube, because I could explain it my own way. It's out there as a record in a sense, and it might help someone, that would also be really good. But yeah, that's my makeup done today. And I'll join you in a little bit and we'll go for a little walk.